Hi, this is Joe Biondo, and today I'm going to show you how to combine multiple layers using Photoshop. I'll also show you how to scale, rotate, and flip images. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is open up all the files in the exercise 4 folder. So from Photoshop, you can do open, and so you have all your exercise 4 files. So you could do this one at a time if you wanted to. Click on one and it open, but an easier way is if you click on the first image and then on your keyboard select Control A, that'll select all of them, okay? And then you could just hit open, and then all of your images will then open on inside of Photoshop. So that's what we want to have. We want to have all 4 images up here as tabs um, in Photoshop. And so our job today is to replace Procter and Gamble as a worldwide partner, and to replace that with our 3 other worldwide partners. Okay, so we were given this image here, this Olympic logo, and so we need to first remove the Procter and Gamble logo. And so the way we're going to do that is we're going to go to the marquee tool here at the top, and we're going to draw a square around that. Okay, so up here at the top, we're going to left click and drag around it until we have a square around the logo. Okay, so at the top, we're going to go edit, okay, and then fill. We're going to click, and so fill. And so since the background's white, we're going to do, for contents, we're going to use the drop down and we're going to do white. That's our background, okay, and then hit OK. And then if we just click off of the image here while the selector's on, that removes it. So the Procter & Gamble logo is all gone. And so now we want to start working, bringing the other logos into this image. So let's start by clicking on the first sponsor, Olympic sponsor number 1, which is our own Independence Blue Cross. And so what we want to do here is we want to create a background layer first. Okay, so we want to do right click, I'm sorry, let's make a duplicate layer. So right click duplicate layer and then just hit OK. So it says background copy, okay? Next, we're going to do the move tool. So click on the move tool. And so this move is, it's a little tricky, but here's what we're going to do. We're going to left click and hold this image, and we're going to drag it and pull it on top of this Olympics image. Okay, and this Olympics image is going to open, and then we're going to use our mouse and we're going to drop it right on the middle of this Olympics image. Okay, so I'll show you. We're going to left click the Independence image, and we're going to bring our mouse right on top of here. Okay, we're still holding down, and now I'm bringing my mouse and kind of right in the middle of the image, somewhere around here, and then we're going to let our mouse go. So now we have an Independence logo taking over our Olympics image. Okay, but you can see now you have a new layer. You have the original layer that was the Olympics image, and you now have your Independence Blue Cross logo. Okay, so we need to. This is obviously too big, and we wanted to fill into that space that we have, so that it fits nicely within our Olympics logo. So the way we got to do that is we gotta transform this image and scale it. So we're going to go here while we're clicked on this first background copy layer. We're going to go edit. We're going to do transform. Okay. And then we're going to do scale. Okay. So click on that, and you'll see now you have some points around this image, right? The corners. So the best way to do this is just grab a corner. Okay. And so if you left click and start pulling in, it'll start scaling the image down. Okay. And then you can just in the middle left click, and then start positioning it. So, well, that's a little too big. So make it still a little bit smaller and see if it fits into your spot here. Maybe just a little bit more over, okay? So you want to scale it and move it like that. And so when you're done, you can do a couple things. Do select, I'm sorry, you just need to click off. Just click off. So there's your first logo that you did, okay? Um, so now that you have one set up, we'll do the other two. But before we do that, let's take off the background copy and make that invisible so we can work with the next one. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is the Olympic sponsor too. So, okay, so we have this giant Wawa logo and it's tilted, and we need to fit that into our image. So just like we did on the first one, we can't move the background image, so we need to make a duplicate here. So we're going to right click, duplicate layer, and that's okay if you want to call it background copy here. And we're going to do the same move we did with the first image. Okay, so we're going to left click, and we're going to drag this on top of that Olympics PNG file, and we're going to still holding and then let it go. So now we have a giant giant Wawa layer here. So to keep ourselves organized before we do anything else, let's change this one to Wawa, right? So we know what we're doing. So let's double click on the layer and just call this Wawa. Okay, click off. So let's do the same move that we did um, with the Independence logo, and let's scale it. So if you remember, we're going to go edit, transform, and then scale. Do scale again, okay? So the same thing, grab a corner and start bringing it in, bringing it down, and then left click or left hold, move. Just start bringing it in until it looks like a kind of a nice size, whatever you like. There, okay? So now you scaled it to the size that you want, and then you can just click off anywhere here. But we still have a problem. The images is kind of is still skewed, and so what we want to do is we need to kind of rotate this. So we're going to go um, and rotate this image so that it's in the right position. So we're going to go edit. We're going to do transform, okay? But now we're going to go and we're going to do rotate 90 degrees counterclockwise, okay? So if you click on that, now your image is positioned right and it's in the right the right way. Okay, so that's your second image. So let's make the Wawa one invisible again, okay? And let's deal with the third image. So we're going to go to Olympic sponsor 3, and if you should know by now, right? We're going to make a duplicate. We're going to right click, duplicate layer, hit OK, and then we're going to do that move. We're going to combine this image onto our original Olympics one, okay? And so we're going to left click here on the image, drag up to Olympics PNG, and drag it on top of here. So that image size-wise, it seems to be okay. Maybe you want a little bit smaller. That's your choice. But I think it's okay. But I have a problem. The image is flipped, and I can't use this because it's completely backwards. So what we would do in this case is we need to flip this image so that it reads correctly. So the way we do that is we're gonna while we're on this image, it's actually background copy. Let me just name it real quick. Call this Pat's. Okay. Um, while we're clicked on the Pat's image, we're gonna go edit. We're gonna do transform again, and this time we're gonna do flip vertical. Okay, flip vertical. And when you flip vertical, you'll see that it goes back into the regular way. Now, if you want to move it and position it, and you just click on it, use your arrows up a little bit. And so there you go. Now you have all 3 of your images here. So what you would do is now you have your Independence logo, turn that on, and then you go File, save as Independence Blue Cross. Turn this one off, right? Turn Wawa on, file, save as Wawa. Turn this one off, turn Pats on, file, save as Pats. 3 images, very quickly done. Now you have 3 worldwide partners, and you removed the Procter and Gamble one. So that's how you would combine images and do scale, rotate, and flipping of images. So I will talk to you on the next lesson.